Hi, welcome back to Mountain Jim Card Collectibles. So, some people have called me a troll in the past. Maybe I am. If you've watched my show on YouTube for a while, I'm not like the pretty boy, sports card YouTubers that you're typically going to get, who are always, kissing corporate asses and kissing everybody's ass so they can, get monetized, get views, get the cash. I feel like they're holding back. Now, I'm not going to point any fingers at who I believe are pretty boy, sports card YouTube gurus, but you can just look around for yourself. I'm a 50-year-old man. I'm guessing my face won't sell like the usual, pretty boy aspect that we typically get for sports cards. That's just me. So I'm just putting that out there. So this is the type of content I give you. If you want to call me a troll, go ahead. Call me a troll. Anyway, I have found some red flags in my trolling. And that's a lot of people, basically saying that Top sucks on X. And I can do another one with eBay sucks. I mean, the eBay sucks and the Top sucks are just blowing up. And I checked out some other, this sucks, that sucks, not so much. They've kind of, there isn't much interest in, getting it out. But we're going to go down some of the Top sucks comments. And you can comment. I like comments. Do what you want with this information. Anyway. Here's one that came right out at me. And really, I've said this before, but nobody listens to me, But Card Goat on X said the quiet part out loud. But first, we'll just read this full, tweet, I guess you could call it. Topps has many faults. However, people like this make it hard to care. How can you complain about Topps business social media marketing? Posting their best cards product. Very alarming how people legitimately have zero concept of how a business works. And I'm guessing this is a corporate shill. I'm just putting that out there. I mean, that totally sounds like a corporate shill, doesn't it? Just slopping it out, eat it up. And a lot of people do eat up the slop, but, not me. I'm backing away. So here's what he was reacting to. Because this guy said the quiet part out loud. Card Goat. It's interesting that Topps continues to focus their social media on cards that aren't attainable to 99.9% of us. They're not even in the boxes we're opening. I'm just laughing. I'm laughing hard at this because, there are just so many, I'm just going to say it, sports card kiss asses, corporate kiss asses that we have to deal with in this hobby. And I just want to vomit so much, So to be fair, we can go ahead and look at the Topps social media website on X. I'm not going to even pull up the one on Instagram. The one on Instagram is even more disgusting. It's just, I call it the vomitorium. Anyway, let's take a look here. Here I am at the Topps social media site on X. And let's just scroll down here because there seems to be this thing of, you don't know how business works. Well, is business supposed to be a complete scam where you're always advertising stuff that, like he says, 99.9% of us don't even have an opportunity to get, They're always showing stuff like this, these one of ones, not that I really care about these basketball players, to be honest, but, they are really tough to pull, purchase, whatever. So they're always showing this. I'm not very impressed with Topps basketball, by the way. I am a Topps troll at this point, a Michael Rubin troll. I may as well just throw it out there. I just can't kiss the corporate ass like so many sports card channels do. Here's another nice card, but let's face it, you're not going to get a chance at these one-of-ones. And they're always putting these one-of-ones, Here's one you can have a chance. I don't even know why they put it up there. Let them cook, Aaron Judge. Yeah, who cares? We want these one-of-ones now. You don't really need a Larry Bird one-of-one because why? Well, let's be honest here. Larry Bird is my favorite basketball player, but if I could, I would break his hands. You can't sign anymore, Larry. And same with Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, that's a 10 of 10. That's about right for Shaquille. Is there a one-of-one for Shaquille? I have tons of Shaquille O'Neal rookie cards. Try and sell them. Nobody cares. Why? Because they're just oversaturated. So it's true. Topps likes to show off a lot of stuff that no one's, most people are never going to get. 99.9% of us are not going to get. So if you want to believe that's how business works, is just by shilling out a bunch of corporate lies and, showing stuff that, nobody's really ever going to get. Hey, I'd probably say, well, pony on up with the pretty boy sports card YouTube gurus. It's true. They'll lead you down that road. Because what I've noticed about the big YouTube gurus is most of them just kiss ass all the time. That's probably why I'm not monetized. I refuse to kiss any ass. All right. This is from August 2nd, but just pulled this, never had a misprint this bad. You can see the border of another card on the back even. I know Topps QC sucks, but is there a market for these or send it back? Well, I would send it back, but let's take a look at this here. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the best. Yeah. That looks like junk wax, to be honest. I mean, look at that. That is atrocious. And Michael Rubin I'll say it, I think he just uses sports cards and selling sports cards for his lifestyle. He doesn't care about what he's shilling out, or what Topps is shilling out. If you want to be the guy to pay for Michael Rubin's lifestyle, be that dude, I'm not going to stop you. This is just more QC control, which, Topps really doesn't have very good QC. My son and I opened a box of Chrome Cosmic that had 26 cards with ding corners like this. Despite 0 damage to the box, also bought 3 boxes of Archives Baseball, all missing a hit. Turned out every box my LCS got was missing a hit. Topps QC sucks. Tired of doing claims. Yeah. You can just see it. I mean, this stuff is coming out worse than junk wax, I mean, that is just rotten. I mean, let's take a closer look. I mean, look at that. Boy, does Topps suck? Yes, they do. And they can put all the big prices on it they want to hide it. They just stink. Okay. Here's one from August 12th. Topps Finest at $500 is such a sick joke, which I believe it does. I think Topps Finest is their absolute worst product. Fanatics really is just seeing how much they can gouge the consumer and live off of breakers, and it's continuing to work. Effing sad, man. Yeah. Everyone's starting to catch on, to corporate games. I mean, the most evil thing in this world to me is the corporation. I mean, if I could sit and go, World War III on just corporations alone, I'd do it. I'd be dropping the nukes, man. The Minutemen, they're flying. All right. Now, this is one from April 12th. And I have gone off on this stuff before about Topps because they don't really have any decent QC. Hashtag White Sox card of the day. Welcome back to the rate. Romy Gonzalez, I guess. Your auto sucks. Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary Romy Gonzalez rookie auto. Let's take a look at this. I mean, look at that. Come on. I mean, did Romy Gonzalez even sign that thing? Or is that just some dude just smearing stuff on, at Topps? Or that is just horrid. I mean, it's just, what is that? Anyway, we need better autos and better QC for those autos. Better demands. Okay, here's one. Actually comical how out of touch with their core fan base Topps is nowadays. Michael Rubin ruins everything. And if anyone knows me, I am like the biggest Michael Rubin troll out there. I mean, if I ever manage to see him, it'll be just like, I used to go to like kegs, in college, when I was younger, getting fights. I'd probably be throwing punches. It'd be one of those keg brawls. Here's one. Nothing from Topps should be below a 10 when it's due to Topps shitty production standards. I agree. I mean, I have just seen just some rotten stuff from Topps that, I mean, I thought I saw rotten stuff, the junk wax era to an extent. But at least it wasn't expensive. You didn't get like, yeah, you got a bad card, but at least you didn't get totally burned on them for what you paid. Here's one from October 3rd. Topps basketball hasn't even been out for 2 hours, and all I see is people bitching. Most people in the hobby really just suck. Well, I think a lot of us, we just don't like to bend the knee, to a corporation that really only thinks about itself for the most part, And I know that the pretty boys out there will sit there and love Topps. I love Topps. And I'm sitting there, burning every Topps thing I can. Maybe that's what I'll just start doing on camera. I'll just start burning Topps cards. New ones. There we are, burning another one. Why? It just feels good. I heavily dislike the RC logo Topps is using. Yeah, some of these RC logos that Topps uses are just as bad as they can be. Agree, Topps sucks and Rubin ruins everything with greed. Yeah, everyone's starting to catch on. This is just from 17 hours ago. Michael Rubin is Jeffrey Epstein for the sports world. Boy. Well, he is the white diddler, I mean, if you dig into it, I've done, past episodes. Let's just say that I wouldn't trust, like, people I care about to go around Michael Rubin. He's a creep, man. Creepy dude. And a lot of the creepiness about, Michael Rubin, in this 2023 white party, and the little baby thing, and, there's a lot of rumors. I just wish that, maybe we could get a new CEO of Topps, and maybe get Michael Rubin out of there. So, I mean, we went over some issues, at Topps and, why people think Topps sucks. I mean, a little bit of Michael Rubin. There's just a lot of people who aren't satisfied with the way things are going. And honestly, I'm one of them. And hey, if you want to listen to the people who are satisfied, you got to basically own your own island and stuff, to, start breaking and have your own breaking company. You got to get monetized on YouTube to get more money flowing in, and you got to send your stuff off to ComC and you'll have them deal with it and all this good stuff. Hey, you can be that guy. I'm not going to stop you. But what I'm starting to notice is there's getting to be more and more people who think like me over your favorite, well, let's say it, the pretty boy, sports card YouTube guru kiss asses. And I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for you if you want to be in that corner. You might call me a troll, but I've been doing this a long time. And maybe I'm not a millionaire, but I still like sports cards, and I still believe that people who aren't millionaires should be able to have a fun hobby. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'd like to thank my subscribers. You're the ones why I keep doing this. And if you're a viewer and if you haven't subscribed, it's 100% free, and it will help me improve the channel. I'm out of here. Bye.